Yo, we're gonna let everybody tune in real quick. Before we pop this bit off. What's up with y'all? What's up, what's up, what's up? What y'all on today? That bitch said war stories, first quarter. First quarter. What y'all on today? Damn, dog, these questions start going fast, man. I be seeing somebody that I fuck with, and then in 2 seconds they gone. Hang on, let me scroll up. Yeah, everybody keep asking me that, like, is you good? You seem a little da-da-da. Like, I'm good. I don't know why everybody be thinking that. I don't know what happened or how I came off to make somebody feel like that, but yeah, I'm straight. I had to add a moderator real quick. I view one of my dogs in here. Had to add him real quick, but what's up with y'all though? I want to do a Q&A. I want to do an actual Q&A where people ask actual questions, not just me going off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Who my funniest friend? Come on now, you know the answer to that. You know the answer. Can y'all get another Brando video? What's my favorite scary movie? Pino in this bit. Big shout out to bro. Damn, dog, I don't even know. I don't even know, to be honest. Because I like all them serial killer movies. You know what I mean? I can't even say I got a favorite. Jessica Kent, what's up with you, sis? Am I on parole? Hell no. Hell no. We don't have parole in Florida. Phoenix, I appreciate you, bro. Heat brings beats. Any chance of us getting another Brando interview with King Shine? I'd like to see you interview Shine. I had spoke with Shine recently. He got some things going on with a couple of other people, so I'm gonna wait until that, you know what I'm saying, dies down more or less. I appreciate that donation. And as far as Brando goes, Brando just busy. That's all. He doing good for everybody that's asking. But when I do interviews, when it comes to people outside of my circle, I don't like to interview anybody that's currently doing a lot of interviews with multiple channels because there's no point. When I do an interview with somebody that's been on another platform, like with Pino, me and Pino, I don't want to say we had a conflict because we really didn't, but there was things that everybody wanted to figure out, including myself and including him. You know what I mean? So we went and did that. And then with Frog had only been on lockdown 23-1. He wasn't bouncing around to other channels, you know what I'm saying? So the reason I don't like doing interviews with somebody that is going on this channel and that channel and that channel is it could become repetitive. A lot of people don't really want to see the same thing. And I try to watch that person's interviews to hear what they've already spoke on so that I can direct my questions in a manner that presents an interview that hasn't been heard before, because nobody really wants to hear the same thing 6 different times. You know what I mean? Interview with GD from Florida, send me one. Send me one. I'll interview anybody. You just got to send them to me as long as they're verified. See, that's the thing is I've had all types of people reach out. Oh, I'm a white Zoe. Oh, I'm a this. Oh, I'm a that. Da-da-da, da-da-da. And then I asked them, listen, you got to tap in with your people first or tap me in with your people. And, you know, once I know that you're verified, you can come on. But I don't want to bring somebody on and get themselves into a position that might not turn out the best for them. You know what I mean? Because if you come on YouTube talking that rah-rah shit, saying you this, that, and the third, and then them boys step down on you, I don't want to get a message saying, hey, can you delete my video? Nah, I worked hard editing that shit. I'm not deleting it. They finna beat you up and flip you. That's on you. So I would rather eliminate that and make sure that doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Heat brings beats. I appreciate you, bro. Tennessee Kid, I appreciate you, dog. But hey, I don't want y'all to think I'm only reading donation questions. I'm reading everybody's questions. Do you remember the combat zone in Boston? I was born in 94. I don't even think that was around. So I don't personally remember that. But I have watched the documentary on it. I thought it was pretty interesting. Because downtown nowadays looks nothing like that. What was that question? What odd jobs did you work when you first got released? My first job was Dunkin' Donuts. I was a baker. I was making $11.50, something like that. $11.50 or $10.50, one or the other. But I used to burn all the bagels. I hated it. I used to skip every Monday. I got fired on my day off for skipping all the Mondays. And then I worked at a pizza place, Backwoods Pizza on Dudley Street. Shout out to Backwoods. And then I worked at Boston Smoke Shop in South Boston. That was it. Those are the only 3 jobs I've ever had in my life. Never worked for anybody else. Do I believe in life after death? I don't know, bro. I hope shit. I hope it don't just end like that. Do I ever be in Northport, Florida? Bro, I used to live in Northport. So Northport was the first place in Florida that I ever moved. And I went to Murdoch Middle for 8th grade. So I lived in Northport. I went to school in Port Charlotte. And then I moved over to Tampa for my freshman year and then everything after that. Why did I get fired from the smoke shop? Allegedly, they said I was selling cartridges out of the smoke shop. So I was fired for theft, in a sense. That's what they said. But it didn't work out because I got improved for unemployment after I got fired from the smoke shop and allegedly took all their customers. So it didn't make a difference. Aaron Wood, I appreciate you. Phoenix Pearson. Yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. Shout out to Frog and Pino. That's real now. When you interviewing a female who put in some work, I gotta find a female that put in some work. I'm willing to interview anybody. I want to hear all stories and all perspectives. It's just a matter of finding people and having people reach back out to me. Am I beefing with Milk 7-4? Come on now. If y'all think that's a beef, like, come on now. We don't even much talk about him on this channel. Yeah, Tampa in this bit. Am I ever gonna interview a booty bandit? That's an off-the-wall ass question. But what I have to say about that is you gotta understand the majority of those dudes, when they come home, they're not like that when they come home. They'll come home to a wife and kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things that people don't want to speak on inside of prison. I have somebody posted, their picture is my thumbnail. They got their face cut in prison. And he was entertaining in, you know, homosexual acts like that inside of prison. And somebody from Miami that knows him hit me up. And he was like, yo, was he really doing this in prison? Everybody knows that. But he lies to his baby mother. You know what I mean? So he was doing things with dudes in prison, and now he's got his baby mother, his kid, whatever, probably done spread a disease around. So I don't think I'm going to be doing any of that on my channel. And I don't think there's really anybody that wants to come out and speak about that on my channel. Have I seen the movie The Town? Of course. Of course. Did I ever see Muslims cutting people? Nah, nowhere I was at had a strong Muslim group. Like I've heard in other places they're more gangster. They mob more like an organization, like a gang. But the places I was at, you would have individuals that would be on that. You would have individuals in gangs that believed in the Muslim beliefs. Other than that, though, they weren't like a force to be reckoned with. Irish gangs? Nah, hell no. Not in Florida. Do I have any religion? Not really. Not really. I educate myself on all of them, but I don't have any specific belief. Hey, we got Savage in this big shout out to bro. Savage Studios. That's the homie. We finna get yo stupid ass up out of here. Listen, man, I'm trying to figure out a way that I can go live with people on YouTube. So like somebody can tune in, but y'all can see their face at the same time. So I can just roast them. Cause all these trolls, they don't have this same energy when I'm on Instagram. Cause I invite them to the live immediately. Like, yo, what's up? Let's talk about it. And then they get off of the live. They block me on Instagram. They deactivate their account. They don't be wanting to smoke. I'm trying to tell you. Cause I'm gonna flame them. I'm gonna make them feel so bad about themselves. On they ass. Everybody knows about my Insta lives. I'm on they ass. They're gonna talk shit on here, but they're not gonna get on there. Trust me. Trust me, it's gonna be a fucking comedy club. Especially if it's me and Frog, it's over with. It's over with. Did I ever get sick in prison? What, like the flu? Yeah, everybody gets sick. My craziest story in Ybor City, I got arrested right when I turned 18, so I really wasn't around Ybor like that. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't going to the clubs and none of that. I didn't go to the JIT clubs. I wasn't into that shit. So I never really got to experience Ybor for what it is. You know what I mean? But that's something I want to do when I go back down to Tampa. Is vlog the clubs, vlog Ybor, vlog the city, everything. I'm just going to be vlogging, all that. Because this prison shit, my story can only go so far. You know what I mean? The lessons I learned inside of prison, I can repeat those lessons and I can try to educate people on those lessons. I can speak on other people's stories that aren't in a position to speak up for themselves. But at the end of the day, it's end of sentence. And I named it that because I want to show y'all how to enjoy life after prison. I don't want it to just be solely about, oh, da 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 da. You know what I mean? Like depressing prison shit. Nah. I want to do a lot of shit, vlogging, living life, enjoying life, experiencing all the things I didn't get to experience, the things that I used to think about while I was inside of prison that I wish I could do. You know what I mean? That's one of the biggest things that happens is you'll be in prison, looking at magazines, you'll be watching the TV, you're thinking of all these things that you could have done. And then when you're free, you don't fucking do any of them. You just sit around or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to lose everything to appreciate what you lost. And you have to remind yourself of those times when you had nothing to motivate yourself to go out and live life. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people that I know that aren't even alive now that can't go out and do anything. You know what I'm saying? Or they're still in prison. So you got to live life for you, but you also got to live life for your people that can't. Do old people get oxygen tanks? If they're fucked up like that, like they need like medical care and shit, they're going to be at Lake Butler. They got a dead dorm where pretty much all the old people in there just waiting to die. Did I get paid for that news segment? Hell nah. Nah, I don't get paid for that. Have I ever thought about acting? I did plays when I was like a little kid. I remember I did a play when I was a jit, right? I was at some summer camp. I'm doing the play. I got one long ass line. I go up to say my line. And my homies was in like the front row. So they start yelling out, Jake, Jake. So I snapped. I'm like, man, y'all shut the fuck up, man. I'm trying to remember this shit. And everybody, like all the parents in the audience was like, oh. I was like, yo, bitch, let me talk. And I talked my shit. You know what I'm saying? I got all my lines, but I had to check them real quick. Like, pipe down. 1090 Shakespeare. Straight up. Straight up. I'm in Boston right now. Y'all hit that like button, man. There's almost 600 of y'all in here. Only 114 of y'all like me. Do I ever plan on going to Florida? Yeah. The thing is, I don't want to just go there and like, I want to make a whole plan. I'm trying to Tampa, Orlando, Miami is mandatory. You know I got to pull up and see Bimba. Brando's right by Miami, so Brando will slide to Miami too. You know what I mean? And then when baby girl get big enough, we're going to go down to Disney. Down in Orlando and hang out. So yeah, I plan on doing all that. What he said, do I have any run-ins with the Latin Kings? I got Latin King homies, bro. It ain't no run-in, it's a what's up, dude. And one of them stay up here that I did time with in Florida. He's going to school, he's in college and everything. When am I gonna do a video on some of the books I've read in prison? That's a good idea, bro. That's a good idea. I appreciate that. Hopefully I remember that by the end of this live. That's a real good idea because I got a lot to talk about with that, bro. Man, what type of stupid ass comment? You in here talking about Pino. Pino will kill you in real life. And get your stupid ass up out of there. What was my proudest moment after getting out? When I got some. What you mean? And here come the trolls. Yeah, them trolls better hit the like button on the way in. Tommy, I appreciate you, bro. You heard I'm from Malden, Mass? I mean, technically, I was born there. But I only lived in Malden for 1 year of my life, so I don't really know Malden like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I lived there for 1 year. That was it. You know what I mean? I don't really consider myself from nowhere, to be honest, because I always moved. I moved after every year. I always went to new schools. Like, I never stayed in one area. It's just constant moving. This house, this apartment, that apartment. So I've never been like, oh, I'm from here. Oh, I'm from there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never repped like a hood. Just this blood shit. That's it. Because I never stayed in one specific spot. You know what I'm saying? I was born up here. I moved down to Florida when I was 13. I feel like I grew up down there. I feel like I became a man in Florida. I jumped off the porch in Florida. I was getting in trouble a little bit up here, but nothing like when I went down there. I would have got smashed on every unit in Texas. Okay. Okay. I don't even want to talk about y'all. Dudley Street cats ever check you? Check me for what, bro? My next door neighbor of blood. The neighbor on the back street of blood. The neighbor down the street of King. The fuck? I went to court with these boys around here. I was in Roxbury Court. Ain't nobody check me over here. What do I don't even want to talk about him, bro. I don't want to talk about channels I don't fuck with, bro. If I don't fuck with them, if I ain't done a video with them, I ain't even trying to talk about them. They don't got shit to do with me. I don't feel no type of way about them at all because I don't know them. Bloods is a new thing in Boston. You a damn lie. You know where New York is, right? Compared to Boston. Like, you got New York, you got Boston, you got Rhode Island. Like, you got gangs everywhere, bro. It might be new to you because you ain't been around it, but nothing's new. Nothing's new. You got more gangs outside of Boston. Like the North Shore, even out in Worcester, Springfield, and all that. But you only gonna know that if you're from around. Were there any DMI in Florida? What is that, a drug? I ain't never did that shit. That sounds like one of them strong drugs too. DMI? The DMT, is that the same shit? Dead Man Inc? That's what the shit's called? The fuck is that? It's a prison gang? Nah, hell nah, we don't got that shit. Never heard of it. I ain't never heard of that shit. Let me get your stupid ass up out of here. Yeah, I don't know nothing about that shit, bro. Like, stop asking me about gangs. Because if I haven't spoke on that gang, we don't have that motherfucker. It's as simple as that. You plan on going on the Bounce Back channel? I don't know. I ain't never got an invite. But yeah, if it's a gang you never heard me talk about, then they're not in Florida, bro. Because I spoke on literally everything that's in Florida. They do hits for, that's their business. I don't even know that shit. I don't got nothing to do with me. I don't got nothing to do with me. What do I think about Whitey Bulger? Nothing really. He's dead. He's dead. I used to work right by the projects he grew up in. And I don't know. A lot of people in Southie, they blame him for a lot of the drug addiction and everything over there, and the generations that have been affected by the drugs that came into South Boston. Tips to grow on YouTube: collaborations. Collaborations are everything, because, you know, when you find somebody that got a bigger channel and you jump on, you're getting way more views. Chad, I appreciate you, bro. What do I think about Boston George? The real Boston George, not the rapper. The real Boston George knew my grandfather. So, yeah, I'm not really going to get into that, but I actually reached out to Boston George and I sent a message to his daughter. I haven't heard back. I don't think him and my grandfather were really on good terms like that, but he knew him before he blew up and became like the kingpin type, you know, with the drugs and shit. He knew him when they were just jack boys doing their thing. And my grandfather got hit with 10 years inside of Walpole. He cut someone in half with a sawed off. And he ended up doing 7 on weapons charges. He beat the murder. Gold and platinum. I ever seen After Prison show? Yeah, I'm not I don't watch that shit. That's like the PG prison channel. That's the PG one. That's the one that all ages can watch. They're a little different. My grandfather dead, bro. He died when I was locked up. I think he died when I was in juvie, actually, when I was like 17. Is the Buzz tattoo yours? Yeah, bitch. You think I'm gonna post somebody else's tattoo? That bit right here, stamped on. I got a whole video about it. Where you been? You obviously not a subscriber. You better hit that subscribe button. Talking about is the tattoo mine. Nah, I never heard about YO camps in South Carolina. How many tats do I have? Too many to count. Am I watching Spy Games with Christina Randall? Of course. Of course. Have I ever seen someone duck the shield during a cell extraction? I personally haven't. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen anybody get out and run off or nothing crazy like that. I've seen people just get beat the fuck down or jump like on top of the COs. You ever been in the Ville? The fuck is the Ville? You talking about Jacksonville? Did I hear OG Badger just caught 60 days? The heavy hitter? What's up, heavy hitters? What's up, Trab? Nah, I didn't hear nothing about that shit. Why am I lagging? Because your service is ass and you ain't pay your bill? That's why. Because you using your neighbor Wi-Fi? That's why I'm lagging. Do I still have dreams of prison? Yeah, hell yeah. I have a lot of dreams of prison, dreams of people like getting killed and shit. A lot. Bro, I got the whole video of the Buzz tattoo. I went to New York and got the tattoo. There's a whole video. The New York vlog. Do I have any interest traveling outside of the US? Hell yeah. Europe, South America, the islands. Definitely not China, because they got that zombie shit over there right now. It's about to be 28 days later over there. Africa. I would go to Africa. Hell yeah. Craziest prison transport story. I just heard about people getting wet up, really. Just people getting hit up on the bus. Nah, I can't go to Canada. Come to England, bring a thick jacket. Bro, I live in New England, bro. I got a Canada Goose. I'm ready. I'm ready for all that. How are half white, half Spanish people treated in Florida? Normally. Ain't really... Man, these comments is flying, bitch. Y'all hit the like button. Yeah, it healed up nice. A couple spots had scabbed up, but nothing too crazy. Andrew, I appreciate the donation. Can I tell you how Appalachia West Unit is, the work camp? I never hit the work camp, so I don't know. I just heard it was sweet. I heard they had color ink for tattoos. I heard there was cell phones everywhere, mad K2. That's pretty much like every work camp though, but I never went over there. I was closed custody. After I got the assault on an inmate DI, I was closed custody for the rest of my bid up until my EOS. Did I ever have to use the Flintstone in the pen? Hell yeah. So they would have the Flintstones outside of chow. And if you got caught like talking, if you got caught in the chow hall talking, passing food to somebody else, any little bullshit, they're gonna put you on the Flintstones. So yeah, I used to get put on that shit a lot and I'd be pushing that shit around. But I actually had a CO. She would work center gate. So what would happen is she would purposely put me on the Flintstone. And I'd stop pushing that shit, walking around, push, push, push. There'd be a couple of other COs out there. And she'd be in the center gate. And then eventually she'd tell me to come up. When I would walk up, that's when she would hand me the cigarette. She would give me like a request form or something like that. Medical form, whatever form she had in there. And it would have the cigarettes in it. And as I hold the form, I slide the cigarettes. I put them up, put them in my sock, whatever. And then I go back to my dorm. So we used to use the Flintstone as a way for her to give me the cigarettes, you know what I mean? A Flintstone it's a lawnmower. It's a push mower. So when you push it, the blades rotate. So you just gotta push that shit around. What was I giving her? Conversation. I was selling her dreams. I was telling her I was gonna move in with her and everything. Andrew, that's crazy, bro. I'm sorry to hear that. What's my most fun memory in prison? I don't know. It's got to be something between like Bimba or Rambo. Because we used to just stay twirling in that bit. Like we would do all types of crazy shit, have mad fun. Smoking, drinking, hanging out, slap boxing, whatever, roasting each other, playing cards at the table, watching movies, all types of shit. Nah, hell nah, I didn't move in with her. Fuck no. She didn't look good at all. Yeah, there's a slow-mo button, but I forget it every time I come on here. I never remember it. It's like Control S or some shit. I don't know. Any idea when Bimbo will be back on? Y'all gotta make him come back on. Is it Control S or Alt S? Control S? That's what I thought. Let me see. Because I got a touchscreen laptop, so I can just touch the shit. It's on now. It's on now. How many tattoos did I get in prison? Only 2. I got my hand done in prison. Yeah, I'll view that. Yeah. Got the photo. And then I got the inside of my arm done. Get the homie red light back on. That's a fact. I gotta get red light back on. Soon, too. Who I got in the Super Bowl? Man, I don't give a damn about that Super Bowl. I don't care about neither team. That man said my tats are fake. Your tattoos are fake, bro. Okay. Why is it that blacks can be racist towards whites but not the other way around? Where? Where? You talking about in Florida? Because in Florida, it's not how you think. See, this is the thing, right? When you're in prison, you will find blacks that are racist towards whites when it's the inmates. But you will have white staff members, correctional officers that are racist towards the black and the Spanish inmates. You see what I'm saying? The difference is you're an inmate. So white inmates are getting hated against the black inmates. The black inmates were hated against the white police on the street. The white inmates obviously weren't dealing with white racism on the street. So it's a little bit different because there's a lot of racial tension in the South. And you have to understand that tension started on the street. It didn't just start inside a prison. I never experienced that shit until I went inside a prison. You know, I dealt with like being in a black neighborhood, being called a cracker. You're always going to have certain people that don't like you. That's a given. But inside a prison, it's another ball game. It's much more open. And people will say, oh, prison will make you hate another race. No, it won't. It'll make you hate a certain type of person. If you generalize or stereotype a whole race off of the actions of a small group of people, then what does that make you? You know what I mean? Because that means if someone views me, what, are they going to think all white people are like me? No, they're not. So for the people that say, oh, prison makes you racist, I feel like that's bullshit. I feel like you just are picking someone to point the finger at, to point the aggression at. You know what I'm saying? But it's a certain type of person that's like that. And you have it on both sides, both races. You have Spanish that are racist. But it all comes from the street. And it didn't start with any other race except whites. You know what I mean? We weren't enslaved by black people or Spanish people. Irish were enslaved by whites. So it is what it is, bro. But everybody will be racist to each other. You got a lot of different groups that be on that shit. Yeah, Black Leaders of Our Days isn't the original acronym of blood. See, that's the thing is a lot of people will push that, right? Oh, how are you blood and it's Black Leaders of Our Days? Brotherly love overriding oppression and destruction. See, that breakdown right there actually has a meaning to it. We come together to overcome what we're going against. You know what I'm saying? When you have Latin King, oh, how can you be any other race? You're not a Latin King, da-da-da. It's the same shit. Like, people just try to break shit down how they want to. Blood. Bitches lust on our dick. You think that's the meaning of blood? Nah, but it's a fucking acronym, right? It's a breakdown. So you have a lot of people that will push what they believe. So if you want to be pro-black and you are a blood, you're going to do Black Leaders of Our Days because that fits your narrative. That doesn't fit the whole narrative, but it fits yours. And if you don't like another race, that's what you're going to use against them. Oh, you can't be in this. It's Black Leaders of Our Days. You know what I'm saying? Well, then we can flip it around. How are there Asian and Spanish bloods? They're not black. Well, they have a small percentage of... Shut the fuck up. You have a lot of people that take something and try to mix their own beliefs with it and only push their beliefs with it instead of the overall beliefs of the group. It's the same thing that happens with religion. You have Christianity, but how many different churches are there under Christianity? How many different branches of Christianity are there? You go to this church, being gay is a sin. You go to this church, they're open to gay people and they got a rainbow flag in front of the church. So that's what I'm saying. People will believe in what fits their personal beliefs at the end of the day. That's all it comes down to. Yeah, I've had that argument with a blood in prison. Hell yeah. I've met bloods that were racist. I have. That hated whites, I've met some that hated Spanish. They didn't even accept Spanish people. And you know what happens? Whop. It is like, what are we going to do? We're going to go at it? Let's go at it. Fuck it. Let's get it over with. It is what it is. Because I'm not going to fold. You're not going to fold. I feel this way. You feel that way. It is what it is. But the thing about it is I know a lot of history. And I know more history than a lot of the people I've spoke with. A lot of people will speak from straight ignorance. They They won't know the facts. Oh, but blood came from the Black Panthers. Or have you heard of the White Panther Party? Because that is another party. When white people ask the Black Panthers, how can we help y'all's organization? Start a White Panther Party. Okay, so Google that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of little shit that y'all can educate yourself on. Because there's always been people helping each other. Always. There's always been people helping each other. So you saying Cali is different? Cali is Black leaders of our days? Why is there white bloods in Cali then? That doesn't make sense at all. Because the East seems to be more political when it comes down to actual blood knowledge and history, since you want to write shit as if you know blood knowledge and history. Versus the West, it's more about what hood you're from. You see what I'm saying? You from that hood, your race doesn't matter. You from that hood. Just because you from a hood out here doesn't mean you're banging that. Not at all. You got to come home. You see what I'm saying? It's two completely different fields. Over there, you got to know your history. Over here, you got to know the knowledge, the pledges, the oaths. It's different shit. Can I answer Hannah? What strains am I growing? None. I'm not growing anything right now. Yeah, I was already banging before I went to prison. We were in transport together in 2015. That's impossible because I was already at Appalachia in 2014. I never left Appalachia. So the only transport would have been when they took me to the Greyhound when I EOS'd. So unless you were at Appalachia with me, then we weren't in transport together because I never went anywhere from Appalachia in 2015. I stayed there until I went home. Who started Bloods in Florida? Nobody started Bloods in Florida. They migrated. Am I close to Charlestown? Yeah. Am I more Irish than Italian? Yeah. Hell yeah. What happens if two Bloods fight in front of non-Bloods? The other people watched. Adrian, I appreciate you. Do people look at me crazy for the face tat? Sometimes. But I had people looking at me crazy before that. You know what I'm saying? And how do I respond to the criticism? I don't know. When people talk shit, I feel like I can talk better. So sometimes they'll say something and then I'm just going to start roasting them because I can talk shit better than a lot of people. When they try to bring in like fake facts or start bullshit or pretend beef, I try to stay away from that shit because people like to play a lot of police games. You know what I mean? We had the troll from Maine who turned out to be a sex offender talking about that I went after him and I got arrested with a gun at his hotel. Like, I stay away from that. That's police shit. I'm not on that. What does my neck tattoo mean? 5 Alive. Yeah, there's been blood wars where it's just Bloods versus Bloods. It'll be this set versus this set. And one of them actually happened recently. That's like another dangerous situation. Somebody was killed on the street and then someone got killed in prison because of that and people started going to war. Nah, none of my tattoos got infected in prison. None of them. None of my tattoos got infected. Yeah, I heard YG House got raided right before the Grammys. That's crazy. I don't know why they did that to him. That's fucked up. Nah, I never heard about him from Tampa. What's Milk's problem with Frog? He wants fame. He wants fame because Frog gets more likes than fucking he gets views. So, you know what I'm saying? There's a certain group of channels that if you put their name in the title of your video's views go up. You know what I mean? There's people that have used my name and even my picture on their videos for the thumbnail, for the title, and their views, it'll be the highest thing on their channel. You know what I mean? And the video might not even have shit to do with me. They just fucking do it anyways just because it brings views. So, it is what it is. Hey, shout out to Patterson. But yeah, if that many people are using your name and your pictures and it's doing that, then you know you're doing something good. You know what I'm saying? You know that is Shine a common blood nickname only for G-Shine? That's it. Only Shines you're gonna... All G-Shine are called Shine. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's the Shine. That's the Shine boy. You know what I mean? Yeah, so blood on blood wars would be set tripping, 1090, different sets going at it with each other. All that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that GKB, that icy shit. Lucas McCain, hey, I appreciate the donation, bro. Have you ever seen white boys rocking with the Kings? I've seen white kings, not rocking with the Kings. I've seen white Latin kings, full-blown white. Nah, I don't have video footage inside the prison because I never had a phone in prison. Like, phones didn't exist at the JIT camps, the youth offenders. We didn't have none of that. Nah, I never saw a drone drop off a package, nothing crazy like that. Yeah, I know a Jamaican Latin king too. I know a Jamaican Latin king. He's on CM right now. I'm waiting to hear back from him. Adrian, I appreciate that, bro. That's real now. Do I have a vape? Nah, that shit lame as hell. That shit mad lame, man. I worked at a vape store. Like, it was a smoke shop, but I was the weed guy. Like, I vape weed and all that. But when it came down to vaping Fruity Pebbles, bananas and cream, hell no. And it would be funny as shit because it would be like the biggest white dudes would come in. They're all juiced up, nothing but shamrock tattoos and all type of Boston shit. Oh, I just got out of Shirley Max, They're strong as fuck, you know what I'm saying? You can tell that they've been doing dope and shit. Oh, you got that cherry swirl in? Like, they asked for the fruitiest fucking little vape flavor. Man, that shit was so fucking lame. I couldn't take none of that shit serious. Proud Army wife, what's up with you? How did my family react to being on the news? Man, I don't even talk to my family like that. I really don't. The few that know about it, they just congratulated me and said they were proud, but I really don't even speak to my family like that. I never have, like. Did Frog have phones because he was in late? Nah, Frog had phones because he is Frog. I don't fucking know. What was I on the news for? Where did you come from? Stranger? The fuck you ain't know that we was on the news, bro? Like that video was what? The last video I posted? Come on now. How did my aunt react? She congratulated me. Oh, I got a new JPay message right now. That gotta be from Rambo. I love seeing them notifications. Did you read the Bible in prison? I used to write like, you know what I'm saying? Like my contacts and shit, I would write in my Bible so I would never lose it. I write notes. I rip out the papers and write kites with it. I never actually use my Bible to use my Bible. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I feel you, bro. I feel you, but a lot of them don't even be new supporters, bro. A lot of them just be in here and then they start trolling shit. You feel me? I gotta know you rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm just friendly with everybody that come in, I'm gonna get burnt. They gonna come in and be like, oh, what's up, bro? You gonna be like, man, fuck you, 1090. Well, that's what I get for being friendly. You know how it is, bro. You can't be in the dorm and somebody new walk in, you just walk up and, hey, bro, you need a suit, bro? And all of a sudden, he gonna start telling people you want an extortion. You can't be too friendly. You doing your thing. Yeah, man, I'm trying, man. I'm trying to hit that 50K, man. I'm trying to get over that hill. I feel like that's the hill right there. That's the tip. Once I pass that 50K, once I'm at the top of that, I feel like everything will just be easy at that point. You know what I'm saying? Free from Fetish Grove. What's up with you, babe, bruh? What he said? How do you feel about bloods like me who are now a local official in my town and I put in work? That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. If you in tune with any of the new shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like I said, if your value is you're only a trigger man, if the only thing you can do is fight and shoot, that's all you're gonna be used for. And when you look at the military, when you look at all branches of the military, when you look at everybody that joins the military, specifically the Marines, everybody is trained to use a gun. So at any point, any Marine can be sent to war. But that doesn't mean that that's their main MOS. That doesn't mean that that's the only thing that they're good for. You're going to need lawyers. You're going to need doctors. You're going to need this, that, and the third. People that can build in different ways. Violence is only going to lead to more violence. But if I'm violent and I get shot, who can heal me up? If I catch a case, who can get me out of this position? Who can legally represent me? You know what I'm saying? Adrian. Hey, Adrian and Chris, I appreciate the donations. But when it comes down to actually forming an organization for the betterment of you and your people, whoever you consider your people, you got to be more than just violent. Otherwise, what are you? What, you fucking ISIS? All y'all do is kill shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it? That's all y'all accomplish? So I got the utmost respect for anybody that take another route. I know football players that's Bloods. I know people that's in the military that's Bloods. I know all sorts of different people that have different values, different characters. They might not be the best at being violent or being the typical, stereotypical gangbanger. But that's what we need, though. We don't need to be that stereotypical. I'm much more... Captain, I appreciate you, bro. I'm in a better position holding my people down through this YouTube, letting their stories be told, getting them attention from the lawyers, getting them attention, getting attention back on their case, being able to support them while they're still inside a prison. To me, that is more valuable than somebody that just wants to go and shoot at someone else. You know what I'm saying? Most likely they're broke. They don't care about being in the street because they really don't have no ties to the street. There's a lot more positive things that you would be able to do. And to be honest, the fact that I'm able to hold down so many of my people with the platform that I have, or if one of my brothers is trying to take off and start a rap career, whatever, and I can get him a little bit of publicity, that would make me more valuable in a sense. So it wouldn't make sense for somebody to come to me and hand me a gun and be like, hey, go do this. That doesn't make any fucking sense. It didn't make sense for them to make 6ix9ine start doing dumb shit. Y'all knew he wasn't official. You knew he was pussy. But you want to bring him into some real ass crimes, and that's what fucked him up. I was doing the crimes before I was doing this. My rap sheet verified. My crime status is already fucking posted everywhere, and everybody knows about me from the city and the chain gang. Somebody actually just commented on the video and said that he was locked up with Goo. He just got out and Goo was telling him stories about me. You know what I mean? But when you have value in something else besides the bullshit, it's very important, and it can also save you from the bullshit. But when you're a young, dumb kid and all you want to do is get into the craziness and get into that madness, you're going to be used just for that. You want to act like a crash dummy? Well, we're going to put you to work as a crash dummy, and you're going to crash out. You know what I mean? People got to understand their value. And you got to understand what you want to be, how you want to represent yourself, because how you represent yourself is how you're going to be treated. If you act pussy, you're going to get played like pussy. That's what it is. When am I going to give Pino a wrench? I thought I been gave Pino a wrench. Is he still in this shit? Would I interview my co-defendant? Yeah, I would interview my co-defendant. First question I'm gonna ask, why the fuck did you snitch? Bitty bitch ass. Why did you tell on me? How do you go about leaving the gang? I don't know. You could die. I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, my co-defendant wasn't soft. He wasn't. He could fight. But he wasn't solid. Cause he told at the end of the day. Did I ever extort? Yeah, I extorted people. I definitely did. Adrian, craziest street story? I don't really get into street stories, bro, because there's no statute of limitations on a lot of street stories. And I'm much better at telling stories when I just record instead of when I do lives. How's Goo? He doing good. He had a loss in the family, and that was kind of fucking his head up, but he's getting himself in better spirits. So as long as he's able to maintain that positivity. I was 18 years old when I first went to the JIT camp. Cushion House, I used to work there. Yeah, man, I was in the Cushion House the summer of 2015. Mister, I ain't had my chain snatched yet. Did you have a pen pal in prison? Hell no. I didn't get no type of mail except for my grandma. I ain't have no pen pals. And I remember in the beginning when I went to prison, they made all the jits go to like this church shit. And they were like, anyone that wants to sign up, will send you mail throughout your prison bid. So like, man, I ain't signing up for that shit. So my dog that was sitting next to me, he signed my name on there and put my DC number. So my whole bid, I would get like Christian mail and shit. Like I would just get a random ass magazine talking about all this Christian shit. I'm like, what the fuck? But that used to always make me think of bro. You know what I'm saying? That shit would be funny as hell. Like I'd be in confinement, tripping out. I might have just got gassed, or I might be on sale strip or some bullshit. All of a sudden, they slide a little magazine under my door, some Christian bullshit. I'm just like, what the fuck? Hey, shout out to Queens, man. Yo, man, y'all get them likes up, man. Y'all get them likes up. You know what I'm gonna start doing? Hey, shout out to It's Mean. If y'all haven't checked out his channel, it's ITSMEEN. I'm gonna start doing what he doing. He be going live for like five hours getting drunk as shit. I'm over here sipping a Minute Maid lemonade. I need to go get some liquor. I don't get treat from the dispensary. I am the dispensary. I am the dispensary. I do all the dispensing. You must not have seen my grow. That shit was purty. Hey, shout out to Australia, man. I got a lot of people that fuck with me from Australia. You know what's cool too? Is I was able to check my analytics. I seen this fat motherfucker drop the video talking about me. Oh, I don't like 1090 Drake. He thinks she's a gangster. And he talks about cutting people, all this little country ass bumpkin shit, right? And he's like, I'm not hating, but he's using his channel to send a wrong message, and he doesn't understand that there's a lot of kids that watch his channel. I have 0.6 viewers in between the ages of 13 and 17. Bitty bitch. So, I don't care about none of that with your fat country ass. CPA strength. Hey, shout out to you, bro. Yo, man, I'm trying to get up there, bro. I'm trying to get up there where you at. Yeah, big fat ass country bumpkin, man. He was on lockdown 23-1 too with his goofy ass. Lame as shit. That man get like 50 views per video. Be talking cash shit. How old do you have to be to get a TOH? Age don't matter, bro. If you inside a prison, you can get that shit. If you in the JIT camp, age don't matter. Do I know anything about Sumter CI? That was the first prison I hit, was Sumter CI. The youngest person I saw at a JIT camp was 15. But went to JIT camp when he was 14, but he was so small they kept him in confinement. No, I don't know nothing about Washington. Nah, TOHs is only at JIT camps, at youth offender prisons. These aren't juvenile facilities. It's state prison, but it's the state prison for the 14 through 24-year-olds. There's different dorms. So like 18 and under will be in one dorm, 21 to 24 will be in another dorm. You know what I mean? And then once you turn 25, you go to the adult prisons. Can you be tried as a juvenile for a murder at 17? Man, they got a JIT in Florida right now. He's 13 years old. I think it was in St. Pete. He's 13 years old. He stabbed his grandmother and he's in adult court at 13 years old with a first-degree murder charge. Florida doesn't give a fuck. Like, Florida will put you away for real, for real. They don't want to let you out, bro. They don't care about none of that. Why did I get transferred from Sumter? I turned 19. You can't stay at, it only goes to 18 at Sumter on the youth defender side. So I got transferred and I went to Lancaster, which is the other youth defender. Why don't they TOH outside of JIT camp? I mean, like, you'll have adults run down on you and beat your ass and shit like that, or people will test you, but it's not called a TOH. He hit you on the JPay. Yeah, if you want to shoot me the camps, if you can shoot it to me on Instagram or some shit. But I might not know all of them. What's up with you, bruh? We have minimum mandatory cases, but it depends on the charge. Excuse me. When me and Frog gonna start the podcast, I don't know, man. We gotta set that up. Either he gotta move up here, I gotta move down there. It's one or the other. Lancaster was a JIT camp, but now it's an adult camp. They after the kid got killed in B2, they put cameras in because there used to not be cameras, and then they shipped all the JITs out and they made it an adult prison. So they flipped the whole compound. But hey, I'm finna jump off this bit. I done been on this bit for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody that tuned in. Do I give myself the credit? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Until I can make a big change, a big impact on somebody's life inside of prison, I don't really give myself any credit, nothing like that. But hey, it's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all. Let y'all rocking with me. Till next time.